the Red Wailers against Germany. The action coming to you from the Nyayo National Stadium. This is the final day of the 2021 Safari Sevens. It has been 2 days of great rugby action on TV, 3 days of great rugby action across the board. And for the Red Wailers, a large contingent of Kenyan players, of course peppered by Austin Emmons and James Purvey, against the German national team, Acadia Spessa. Will be stretchered off the field of play, much to the applause of the crowd here at the Nyayo National Stadium. The crowd has arrived in numbers. And if you still can, you can make your way down to the Nyayo National Stadium for a great afternoon. Coming up next is the second of the Cup semi-finals between Germany and the Red Wailers.
On the pitch currently it is the Red Wailers about to take on Germany in the second Cup semi-final of the 2021 Safari Sevens. Turning out for the Red Wailers, Paul Musami, Xavier Kipngetich, Richard Libaomedu, Weisman Aganya, Lucas Opal, Austin Emmons, Crisanto Juan, Charlton Mokua, James Pavey, Mark Wandeto, Leonard Mugaisi, and Felix Okot.
At any moment now, this game will be getting underway.
Robin Plamper, Tim Liedenberg, Leon Heath, Ben Ellerman, Philip Chesney, Nicholas Koch, Afnajel Felix, Max Roddick, Louis Den, Van der Bos Bastia, and Jack Hunt. The center referee for this game.
And from the kickoff,
is
the ball not
Iman
claimed as would have been desired by the Germans. They spill it while going up for that ball. There was the man in shirt number 4, Nicholas Koch. Just losing a bit of his grip as he went for that ball. Red Wailers will be looking to make the ball work for them. Remember, they have upset all odds to reach the Cup semi-final. But that error messes up the momentum that they are trying to build. These are early days for Germany. They will be looking for territory, looking to put the Red Wailers on the back foot. And that's what they do with that big boot from Robin Plempe. They do claim the ball from the line out. That was Carlos Sotera Mertz playing in Nicholas Koch. He has numbers arriving. Mertz again. Leitenberg. And Germany going over for the game's opening try. It is
try time.
Bastia
Germany.
van der Bosch going over
Germany
for the game's opening try.
Van der Bosch Bastia.
Nicholas Koch will add the extras.
5. The Red Wailers 0. Converting.
Nicholas Koch is sure with the conversion. And that is how the Germans have wanted to get this game going. 7-0 they lead.
7 points for the Germans.
Midway through the first half.
Germany 7, Red Wailers 0.
And this is and the kick behind from Paul Mutami. He didn't have the legs to outsprint Jack Hunt. But still, the Red Whalers are able to draw a penalty. This is Mutami. He is working hard, keeping that ball alive for the Red Whalers. Continues to move forward. Ospave just playing it out to Austin Imensa, and eventually Pave with the try. And this try is under the post. The ensuing kick should restore parity.
Bring the scores to Germany 7, Red Wailers 7.
Well, after the intensity of the first game, this one a lot more lucid. Conversion is successful. The current score is 7-0. Was James Purvey touching down. And from the restart, didn't look to go the requisite 10 meters. Doesn't matter. Play is continuing. Germany in possession. That is Hofnagel Felix. The try scorer, Bastia van der Bosch with the distribution. They continue to drive forward. Felix Hofnagel again. Another opportunity. Is this going to be a try? The try line was beckoning, but Jack Hunt giving up on the hunt for another 5 points. Spilling the ball as he go down on the floor.
Step up. Get up. Please. Both teams, no. Wait. Both teams. We must resist. Crouch. Bind. Set. Step up.
And this is Leonard Mugaisi just looking to get the Red Whalers out of that danger zone. They are being pinned back by the Germans, and the Germans drawing a penalty.
10 meters, please.
1 minute, 7 seconds remaining in the half. It is all square between Germany and Red Whalers in this second semi-final. Has been a lot more sedate. First semi-final between Morans and Shuja was very competitive. 2 points separating Shuja from Morans at the end. This one, the Germans patient with their build-up. Try line again beckoning. And this time the ball is not spilled.
Right,
Carlos Soteras Mertz
Germany
with the 5-pointer.
Diving over, ladies and gentlemen.
Takes the score to 12-7.
Lichtenberg take the lead and the scores to Germany 12,
Move to 10 meters.
Red Whalers 7. Nicholas Cork getting the conversion right, ladies and gentlemen.
Conversion by Nicholas Koch
Germany
is sure
14,
as we're coming towards the close
Red
of
Whalers
the
7.
half. It was the hard work done by Leitenberg, then the easy work done by Carlos Soteras Mertz. Saw the opportunity, saw the try line was beckoning, and he went over. Mark Wandetto in possession for the Red Whalers, but he is being driven back. He's the kind of player you want running in the opposite direction in this particular instance. The Germans patient with their build-up, spotting the gap. Just going another meter forward through Tim Littenberg. This is Felix Hufnagel. He is looking to shake off the challenge of the two Red Whalers players. Referee calling for an infringement. Paul Mutsami with the quickly taken penalty. He is trying to shrug off Jack Hunt. Jack Hunt sends him out into touch. And that is the last order of business in the half. It is Germany holding the 14-7 lead over Red Wailers in this second cup semi-final. The winner of this game will meet Shuja. Shuja were 1917 winners over Morans in a very competitive first semi-final.
It's a very good thing to make it to the final. The boys wanted it so much, and playing against Moran was a tough challenge since we trained with them and we kind of know each other. But getting into the final is a very good plus, and we want to bring the cup back home. In the final, we want to be more critical, play more basic rugby, make our 2v1s, 3v1s, and make sure that everyone is in the party to play and win the cup. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just want to continue encouraging each and every one of you to visit the village, grab some food, some drink as you enjoy the game. Remember, we are at Nyayo National Stadium.
This is the second cup semi-final between Germany and the Red Wailers on the final day of the 2021 Safari Sevens, a tournament that was first played in 1996 and hosted at the RFUA ground on Gong Road between 1996 and 2010 before moving to the Nyayo National Stadium in 2011 and 2012. It then moved to Kasarani between 2013 and 2017, returning to the RFUA ground in 2018 and 19. And as we speak, the Germans keen to ensure their berth in the final, getting another try on the board. They are running away with this one. Current scores 19-5.
Germany. Going over for the Germans, ladies and gentlemen, it is
and that ball was received at pace
to the German side, 19. Red Wailers
by
7.
Phil Chesney,
Part of what forms
leaving his markers for dead.
Gentlemen, it is our security team. I'd like to
Conversion attempt sails wide. The scores remain 19-7. 6 minutes still to play. The big question is whether or not the Red Wailers have a response, or they will be destined to playing in the third place playoff later this afternoon. As play continues between Germany and the Red Wailers. Leonard Bugaisi trying to pull the strings. We saw him orchestrate that 21-10 win over KCB in the Cup quarterfinal. Has been a bit restricted in his appearances. Of course, with a heavily bandaged thigh. It doesn't stop the Red Wailers from expressing themselves. Driving forward was Richard Omedo. They draw the penalty. It is quickly taken. That is Austin Imensa eventually playing it out to Mark Wandeto. He does have a pace to burn, and that's the direction you want him running in. Wise Managanya is on the floor. The battle for the ball eventually is won by the Germans. They draw the penalty from Red Wailers, and this is an opportunity for them to get some respite, kill the tide of attacks that were beginning to be built by the Red Wailers.
The current scores: Germany 19, Red Wailers 7.
That is an opportunity to relieve the pressure that was mounting. 3.5 minutes still to play in the half. Will it be Germany making it through to the cup final in their second appearance in Nairobi, 7 years after the first? They are certainly doing everything possible to ensure that happens. Do Red Wailers have a response left in them? They need to score twice. Actually, they need to score 2 converted tries to win this game. The Germans, on the other hand, I do think that the next score they jot down will certainly put this game beyond the reach of Red Wailers. And there it happens. Phil Chesney with his brace. This game looking dead and buried. You can see the body language of the Red Wailers.
And going over, ladies and gentlemen,
Designed to fate.
none other than
Phil Chesney going over the whitewash.
Check the scores, ladies and gentlemen, to the Germans, 24.
You can see what the Germans are doing, making the ball work for them.
Red Wailers, 7.
Eventually spotting a gap in the Red Wailers defense and exploiting that gap.
26 for
Current
the
scores
Germany side.
26.
Red Wailers, 7.
7, the current scores. From the restart, Red Wailers drawing a free kick. 1 minute 45 still to play. Red Wailers must dig deep. But it's not going to happen with the decisions going against them. A berth in the final is waiting for Germany. A clash against Shuja is what lay in store for the Germans. Germans began their quarter-final campaign this morning with a 31-14 win over Zimbabwe, while the Red Wailers got to this stage with a 21-10 come-from-behind victory over KCB. Max Roddick was driving forward for Germany. The fancy pass there to Leon Hees. He loses the momentum, just bundled out into touch. The Germans have certainly controlled the tempo of this second half. And with 19 seconds left on the ticker, we can actually say that it will be a Shuja-Germany final. That match will be kicking off at 4:40 p.m. barring any extra time in the ensuing finals that will be played before then. This is one day towards scrum half for Red Wailers. Wiseman Aganya plays his club rugby for the Strathmore Leos. University side not too far from here. Less than 2 kilometers from here in Madaraka Estate is where the Strathmore University is located. Numbers continue to file into the Nyayo National Stadium. This semi-final has been a lot more sedate than the first one we saw between Shuja and Morans. But that works well for Germany. They have forced the turnover. And they will be looking to bury the Red Wailers. It's making the ball work for them. Max Roddick twisting and turning. Looking to exploit gaps in the jagged Red Wailers defense. Twinkle toes there from Soteras Mertz. And this is Max Roddick. Spills the ball inches close to the try line, but you have to give it to the Red Wailers. Committed on defense there. Chasing down Max Roddick and denying him an opportunity to get more points on the board. We are into the last order of business in this match. Germany are on their way to the final against Shuja. Red Wailers, can they get something on the board, at least a consolation? Well, I don't think it's going to happen. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the last order of business. It is Germany heading to the cup final at the Safari Sevens, where Shuja lay in wait. And match will be coming up later this afternoon.
Shuja will be taking on Germany.